Hello lovely people, it is still way too fucking hot, so if you hear an air conditioner, tough fucking luck. But today I wanted to talk about tarot pulls, and specifically tarot pulls in regards to grander scheme things, and how often do we get tarot pulls that subscribe to something that's happened in the world that is not necessarily a personal thing, but it could still be something that definitely affects us. This all comes up for me with the year pull that I got for June this year, which was Justice Reversed. I got a very similar pull back in 2020. It made no sense other than for that to be associated with Black Lives Matter. That entire huge spotlight on how there have been all these holes in the justice system that have been a reoccurring issue for so long. And with Justice Reversed, again, this year, it seems very clear when it's Roe versus Wade being repealed by the Supreme Court and the ridiculousness of that decision. Anyway, that's my whole stance on that. I am extremely pro-choice. Bodily autonomy is extremely fucking important to me, as it should be for fucking everybody. And when it comes to tarot and the pulls of that, I struggle a lot with the concept of we're being stuck on a certain fate pattern that we cannot escape from, which some tarot enthusiasts lean towards, or astrology people lean towards. The idea that we are on a certain path that has all been laid out from us by the stars, the universe at large, whatever deity you may believe in, or the universe is a grand scheme thing, that there's some grand plan and it's inescapable. I do not subscribe to this belief. But I do have a little bit of a harder time wrapping my mind around the concept of certain energies being in flow and all of us kind of maybe feeding into a certain chaotic realm. And like, one of the reasons I think that year ahead pulls and that type of thing matters and they can be useful to us is because I think when you are directing energy in one direction, it can be predictable then as to where things will lead. And I do believe that if you do a year ahead pull and you don't like what you see, you can reverse course in action and you could change the thing of the card. And that is harder if you are doing a tarot pull and the card is speaking to something larger in society as a whole. Because there are so many things that me as an individual can do, right? I can vote, I can donate, I can participate in our democracy as much as available to me. I can speak out, I can do all of those things, but I am just one small little drop in the wheel, and therefore it becomes more about, in a way, almost, I guess, bracing for impact is what I think of. It's like, you know, you can't stop the truck from barreling towards you and you can try to avoid its path as much as possible, but at the end of the day you can just only brace for impact. But this is the thing that really kind of like lingers on me when it comes to bigger world stuff, and whether or not there is quote unquote the fate's hand in there, or is it just that enough people have put their energy towards one certain thing and energies have not been directed to counteract it as much as that was necessary. I struggle a lot with this idea of tarot, and then also why, if this was a major event that's coming up, I pull on these cards to, in a lot of ways, give me that heads up. Where do I brace for impact? Where do I change? Where do I divert? What do I do for this? But it so many times feels like, what is there for me to do? And when so much of this is beyond my control, and I guess really just to speak up to how much does a single individual have on the plays of the entire energetic universe if every single person is putting in all of their energy. Like, you are just a drop in this ocean. Not necessarily like the only person fighting against its current. It's I see the universe, and if chaos is the only real thing happening, well, if everyone's putting their will in, then it's like there are some people with me, there's some people against me, it's a mix, people in the middle, people doing, you know what I mean? Like, same thing as, you know, as politics, it's always, I feel like, way more complicated than just you can do nothing or you can do everything. But I wonder how other people feel about major life cards when they pull them in tarot, and what do you pull more clarifications, I guess? Do you do a whole other tarot thing around them? As you've done more tarot pulls for yourself or for clients, when do you feel that pull that this is not necessarily a deeply personal thing, but something that is actually coming up that will affect them down the line in regards to a major world event. How often do big ass things come into play that, and how do you, I guess, warn or clarify or pull in that information? Because I find that is very, very interesting to me, and also something where I haven't really delved into my divination and stuff. The idea that I have been asking for clarification and then my guides of the universe are coming in and giving me a big ass fucking hint on something, but I don't necessarily read it as that. I remember doing this pull of my year ahead tarot, seeing that justice reversed and being super fucking concerned. I remember looking and going like, what the fuck does that mean? What is this? No, 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 I don't like that at all. My warning bells went off intuitively, right? But knowing that they would mean such a major world event, or at least that in my mind, that's all it could point to at this moment. It's like, okay, well then how do you get better attuned at that? Is it just an attuning of your intuition and then knowing to pull more stuff on it and going from there? Anyway, all of that in the comments down below. As always, this is just a Witchy Babble journaling channel. It is not a how-to or anything like that. It's more just to open discussions and for me to babble on a camera about something that intrigues me, mostly. So, that was today's video. I hope if you're anywhere that's way too fucking hot, stay cool. And I hope that we can all hopefully come together and fucking move the country forward for once, instead of all this fucking backtracking, I swear. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.